Hey everybody, hope you're keeping well. It's me, Joe IRL here again, back with just another video. This is going to be a new series. I'm going to cover some kind of guides, basic guides on Microsoft Flight Sim, as well as the kind of different other games as well. So today what I'm going to be kind of covering is the basic navigation of the Cessna Citation CJ4 Jet. Okay, so we're not going to be picking a arrival airport, we're just going to be picking departure airport. And I'm going to guide you through very quickly the startup procedure and how to actually set your navigation. It's actually not as complex as you actually think. So here we are, lovely Dublin airport, typical Irish weather, nice and grey and cloudy because that's all we kind of get. So the first thing that we want to kind of do is you want to turn our battery master on, which is on the left hand side of the cockpit. Now it's important that you actually turn it to on and not set it to emergency the way that I did, because when you do that you're going to get a whole load of alarms. It doesn't particularly matter in terms of the startup procedure, but it just does make it annoying because you have a whole load of error messages on your screen and you have to turn them off and you can hear it beeping away there. So yeah, it gets a little bit annoying. So I'll just go up there to the top of the cockpit dashboard here, which is where your two master alarms are. You can see all the yellow and red flashing. Just turn them off so it's not annoying everybody. And yeah, we'll kind of get underway. So obviously as well, just on the left hand side you saw I turn on the avionics, because without the avionics on you won't be able to see what you're doing. If you're at night time as well, the next thing you want to be doing is turning on the floodlights and the kind of the panel highlights, the lights, so you can actually see what you're doing at night time. That's only if you're particularly night. But to actually start the engine is nice and kind of simple. You can see here it's kind of two buttons to run and stop the engine. But before we do that, we need to actually do the engine starter. So we click the left and right because the Cessna Citation is able to do dual startup. And what we just kind of then need to do is we need to have a look at our N2 levels, and you'll see there, just there, it's kind of currently rising. You want to let that get to around about 25. But you can start a little bit earlier, but 25 is probably is the best kind of setting to have it at. But once it gets to there, we go back down to our engine run start button, and we literally just click the button, and that's it. The engine, the left and the right engine start. It's that easy. It's a very easy startup procedure to get it going. So there we go. Just click the button, run, and you close. You don't have to close the guards, but of course we're playing a flight sim, so you better do it properly, hey? You know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Your engine's run, you have power now, you don't have to rely on external power, you don't have to rely on anything. And as those engines start to actually kind of spool up properly, you'll see that the warnings on the dashboard navigation will start to disappear. That shouldn't have been there in the first instance because I shouldn't have actually turned it on to emergency mode. But you live and you learn, you know. Playing flight sims is all about learning as you kind of go. So that's pretty much it. That's it. Yeah, you're technically good to fly, except you don't know where to fly to because we never actually did that with navigation. So what we need to do next is we need to actually tell the onboard flight computer where we're going, and to do that we're going to need airport codes. So that's obviously very important. So we're in Dublin, obviously, so I know the airport code for Dublin because I fly in and out of it quite a lot. You can see here as well, obviously the engine starters are just the lights have gone off, so you can kind of know that they're done. So central panel here is actually where your flight computer actually is. It gives you some kind of basic information. You know, you can do thrust limiters, your position, all those different kind of things. It's a bit advanced for this video, but we can kind of cover it maybe again in a later video at a different stage, because you're doing kind of thrust limiters and so on for your takeoff and approach, which prevents overspeeding and other things. So when you're actually flying on hard mode, like with it in ultra realistic mode, obviously if you overspeed you're going to put too much stress on the aircraft and the aircraft is going to break apart and you're going to have to restart and do this all over again. So these are things that will actually kind of help you and they're safety measures, but again, we're not going to cover it in this video. So what we're kind of going to do here to start off is we need to actually tell the system where we're going. So we need to do an initialization. So obviously we know what the code is for Dublin, which is EIDW. So we type in EIDW and you'll see it appearing down the bottom end of the screen there, just under RTE2. which is actually an Irish station, funnily enough. And then you just click on the origin button, the button beside origin, and it will load straight into it. You know, you can't click on anything else. That's just where that needs to go. So you click on origin, loads it into the flight computer, and now the computer knows where it currently is. It doesn't know it's GPS, but it does know where we are. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is set our destination. And of course, me playing with this a little bit, I'm not a pilot, you know, so I'm still learning airport codes. So obviously I need to kind of Google them or check them on lists and so on, and learning them correctly. So we're actually trying to fly to Rome International Airport. I put an ICAO because that's actually what I found on the website, but it was actually incorrect. So I kind of have to play around with it a little bit here. I tried FCO because that's another one that's actually listed in the Wikipedia, and it's like, no, that's not it either. So I'm learning as we kind of go. You know, they're actually usually just kind of four digit numbers. So yep, and of course when you make mistakes like that, you hit the clear button because that helps. And obviously then it ended up being IATA was another one. So I tried that and I was like, no, because the database is accurate in this game. It's actually crazy accurate. So I was like, no, okay. So I kind of like, oh god. But then the last one then was listed on the Wikipedia was Lima India Romeo Foxtrot LIRF, LIRF, and that was the actual correct code. So again, these are things I'm learning. This is why I'm doing this video, so you can learn too, learn from my mistakes. You know, it's great watching videos where you all know what you're doing. But anyway, so you just click on the destination and it loads it in, and that's it. You click on perform initialization. The flight computer now knows where we are and where we're going to, but it doesn't know its current GPS position. So we need to kind of do that as well. That's kind of next. Now you can see kind of on the top left there, you can see that there is actually a flight plan loaded because you're going from A to B, but this is helping us to actually kind of get there at the flight computer. So what you again need to do here is you need to enter your reference airport, which is again EIDW for Dublin Airport, and you just click the button beside reference airport and it loads in the GPS positions like so. You then need to actually set your IRS position. So you click on GPS position and you can just copy it into the line below, literally just by clicking the button beside it. And that's it. The actual flight computer now knows where we are, knows where we're going to, and it also can actually kind of fly by GPS. So we're away. It's great. That's it. Nice and simple. You need to then set your departure runway. So you just do that by you click on whatever runway you want to leave from, the number, and you also click kind of the SIDs, which is the SIDs as well. So you're telling us what runway you're actually going to be leaving from, and that's also going to be the runway that you're going to request from the tower control and activate. Now the flight computer knows absolutely everything. It knows your flight plan, and you can see that there in your navigation system, and you know how to get there without having actually put in a destination on the main menu. And you've now managed to successfully set the navigation in a Cessna Citation CJ4 fully manual, start up, and you're ready to fly. So listen guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned from it and from my mistakes, and if you enjoyed the video, just click on the subscribe button down below if you found it helpful, and look, I'll see you next time. All the best.